crisis looms in APC as North Central chieftains begin moves to dislodge Ganduje as party's chairman. Can you imagine? So what is happening? Why don't they want Ganduje again? And why are they trying to work to remove Ganduje? And if they remove Ganduje, who else do they have to occupy that office? You can see the trend of things happening in APC and in Tinubu's administration. That once somebody from another tribe is dislodged, the person is replaced using a Yoruba man. Typically, the Yoruba man will end up being an APC chairman and nothing will happen, even though they have agreed that the chairman and the president should not come from the same political region. But the way things are going, if these outside people succeed in dislodging Ganduje, I'm sure they may not get another outside man to take that place. This is a case of dog eating dog. Huh. So let's dive into the details to see what are the sins of Ganduje that is making his people to make a plan to dislodge him as APC national chairman. There are indications that key actors of the All Progressive Congress in the North Central Zone have started moves to regain the party's national chairmanship. Now, why the incumbent national chairman Abdullahi Umar Ganduje, who emerged from the National Executive Committee meeting of the party, is barely a year in the saddle of affairs, indications have emerged that some bigwigs of the party from the North Central Zone, the zone of his predecessor, Senator Abdullahi Adamu, have already started mobilizing to get other zones to help drive the agenda. Ganduje, a former two-term governor of Kano State, emerged as the APC national chairman on August 3, 2023, after his predecessor Adamu was edged out following an internal crisis within the party. Now, which many contributed to his initial position to President Bola Tinubu's presidential ambition. Now, he emerged amidst protest following the edging out of the North Central Zone, which was supposed to produce another chairman. Sources in the APC confirmed to Daily Trust that some stakeholders in the North Central felt cheated following Ganduje's emergence as the party's helmsman and were in talks with aggrieved bigwigs from other zones to cut short his tenure. Now, they hinged their dissatisfaction on the party's constitution, which they said provided that Adamu's replacement ought to have come from the North Central, where he hails from, especially considering that he was forced to resign before the end of his tenure. Sources hinted that Governor Yahaya Bello of Kogi State, whose tenure of 8 years would elapse before the end of this month, was one of those eyeing Ganduje's position from the North Central Zone and scheming to succeed him. Can you imagine? So one of the sources said the president aside the president, aside his personal affinity with Ganduje, sees him as a very loyal and dependable political ally who can deliver not just the party's ticket for him for 2027, but also the figures needed to retain the seat. So a chieftain of the party, Jackson Lekon Ojo, who spoke on the record to one of our correspondents, confirmed that it was no longer a rumor that some forces in the APC were scheming to oust the APC helmsman, but insisted that should these forces make good their scheming, Ganduje and the president may not be able to resist them. Can you imagine? So he said it is very true. If the public sees it as a rumor, it is no longer a rumor. There are heavy moves to oust Ganduje. The appointments were lopsided. The Northwest, where Ganduje comes from, got the 2 ministers of defense. That same zone got the deputy senate president. That same zone got the speaker of the House of Representatives. It equally got the national chairman of the party. So ab initio, there were a lot of controversies, a lot of persons and personalities, principalities and powers in the APC. Ganduje was not their choice candidate. Ganduje was like imposed by Mr. President because of the political relationship between them. Mr. President himself should be able to sacrifice Ganduje now if he is to become a stumbling block in 2027. Now, wow. So he added Ganduje has no capacity to resist this. Right from the beginning, he was imposed by Mr. President, and an imposition that does not carry a lot of people along will not last. Abdullahi Adamu was imposed by the former president. Did he last? Omisore was imposed. Did he last? So let's watch out. Let's watch out. So another source who pleaded anonymity said the game plan is to force Ganduje out of office before the next general election. Plans are already on to force him out. Nothing is impossible in politics. You can't rule this out. Can you imagine? So the problem now is that Ganduje is from the northwest region, while Abdullahi Adamu was from the north central. And so what they're saying is that with Ganduje being the national APC chairman and with his alignment and affinity with the president, okay, he got almost all the juicy positions in this administration. And that is not good for them. Meanwhile, um, Adamu from North Central was forced out of office because of some crisis in the party, and he was supposed to be replaced by someone else from the same political zone, but that didn't happen. Okay, um, Tinubu imposed Ganduje on APC, just like Buhari imposed Abdullahi Adamu on APC. And imposing somebody without carrying everybody along does not last. That should watch out. So what is going to happen now is that if Tinubu does not sacrifice Ganduje now, then his 2027 will be at risk because they will definitely work against him. That is a very serious gaming that is happening right now. Okay, so what I say is that it's no more a rumor. Okay, it is no more a rumor. The plan has been in place and is heavy plan, and there's nothing that will stop them from. They will stop at nothing to ensure that Ganduje is removed from office. Oh boy! Some say Yaya Bello. How? So even if Ganduje is leaving and somebody is coming from North Central, should it be Yaya Bello that North Central is going to present? Because the North Central now is saying that Yaya Bello, the governor of Kogi State, who has completed 8 years tenure, is eyeing to become APC national chairman. How? So are there no other smarter or more matured people in APC to be the national chairman? Why Yaya Bello of all people? That's the question now. Okay, someone is saying they won't be able, APC can't be taken back by any pecuniary interest. The move is dead on arrival. Okay, that's what somebody is saying, that the move is dead on arrival. Are you sure it's really dead on arrival? In politics, just like the writer said, in politics, there's nothing that is impossible. Anything can happen. Anything can happen. Anything can happen. Man, this is serious. So Ganduje now probably will start talking with Mr. President on how to continue to be in office. So thank you for listening, and let's have a comment.